Hello, my friends. I know lots of you in 2023 want to get done with the PMP exam, finish your application and all that jazz. Let's work on the application right now. This is a challenge. I want you to go on down to pmi.org and I want you to hit register because that's how you start. You hit register and you're going to put in your first name, last name. You're going to put in your primary email and you could choose to receive email or not. Choose your country, company name, your project manager, the year you were born, how many total years of full-time work experience do you have? Put in all of this information. Let's randomly select some stuff. Does your organization have a PMO? Primary organization focus, area of focus. Let's put in a password here. After you put in the password, security question, create an account. So now the moment you hit create account, boom, it creates your account. But it says years of work experience must be greater than or equal to the value for managing projects. So I've been managing projects for, 4 years. You see, it's a very intelligent system. It knows when you're fluffing. But I'm doing the work of the trainer by showing you from scratch, because if you don't see it from scratch, you don't know. All right, so right now, my account for pmi.org is created. If I hit the logo, it should show me that I'm logged in. You can see it spinning round and round. Boom, I'm logged in, okay? As Billy Bragg. The next thing you want to do is go on down to certifications and hit PMP. That's what you want to do. Hit PMP. It's going to go to the PMP application and you want to click on apply now for your PMP. Click on that. Say okay to whatever it brings up. You're going to be compliant. PMI is above board. There's nothing to be afraid of, all right? All right, so now we're going to fill in the academic education. Click on that, and what is your highest degree? Let's say it's a bachelor's degree. The years attended, you want to put that information in. Let's put in some dummy data just for the sake of the illustration. Field of study, professional education. Now you got to tell it where you got your 35 hours of education. Put in the highest level of education is a bachelor's, attended from 2010 to whenever you attended. Let's put in some dummy data, name of institution, field of study, professional education. I hope you're following me. This is a challenge. We're going to get done right now, my friends. We're going to get this done now. Course title, put in the information that's relevant to you, okay? We're going to put in the years that you did this training. And remember, this training, there's no expiration, okay, for the project management training component. So we're going to put in, let's see, the years, 2011 to 2012, for example. Qualifying hours, let's put 35. Let's save the education. And boom, we've got our education in. We've got our highest degree, right? Bachelor's. We've got the professional education in there. Now we are going to put in what else? We got everything in there. We need to tidy something up here. Let's save the education. That's why that box is active. Hit save education. And that's saved education. And now we're good to go to the next stage. Continue to experience. This is where it gets hairy for many people. It gets hairy in that they don't know how to put in their experience. I'm going to show you here. We're going to put in a project title, IT project for software implementation. Billy Bragg Inc. is the company. My title is project manager, for example. Functional reporting area. Human resources, primary focus, let's say it's consulting, and the approach, we're going to say it's traditional. Project team size, say 15 to 19. The budget, we're going to select 1 million up. The project dates, again, you got to know the projects you worked on, my friend. You got to know the projects you worked on. So make sure you're filling that in appropriately. Let's say it's 2014, March to January of 2019, because I want to make sure that we get everything done in one project, okay? Some of you might have multiple projects and that's okay, but I'm going to say one project, okay? So we did this up to 2019. We're going to put in a project description. This is where you need to watch it. This is where you need to watch it. For the project description, you're going to use PMI's 5-step framework, which is I prefer eating mangoes chilled, or I prefer extra money cash. This is going to be for initiating. So I'd rather you spelt it out, right? And as far as your responsibilities, it says provide a high-level description that summarizes your experience and includes the project objective, outcome, your role on the project, and your responsibilities and deliverables. A typical response is 200 to 500 words. So we're going to say worked with the project sponsor on creating a project charter that authorized the project, identified stakeholders, and documented all information gleaned in a stakeholder register, created an assumption log to guide the team on assumptions and constraints, and updated this throughout the project. Make sure you correct any typos throughout. Okay. Received final approval to commence the project. So just do a quick calculation in your head. This is 55 words. We need 200 words to 500. You don't need to go crazy. All you need to do is meet the 200. So we're going to just keep going and see what else happens, okay? Now we got the planning. So we're going to put this in full planning, and you could say involved in planning the full project parameters from scope, schedule, and cost to quality, resources, communications, risk, procurement, and stakeholder management. The project plan was approved by the steering committee, and the schedule and budgets baselined and used as a basis for performance all through the project. You could go a little bit further to say things like requirements, traceability, and scope were detailed, and meetings held to flesh out all other documents and plans from this. Now we got 121 words. Now we go to executing. Executing is where the work is done. So you want to talk about the leadership that happened from your perspective. So you could say, led and directed the work at a high level by inspiring, motivating, and coordinating all the efforts, all the team efforts. You could say directed multiple phases of deliverable creation and integration. involved in meetings with stakeholders to keep them focused and engaged on the project. Involved in procurement activities during vendor selection and negotiation. That's executing. That works. Next, we will say monitoring and controlling. Now, all of this stuff, I'm making it up on the fly. I'm not copying this from anywhere. You need to go back to your own project and wordsmith this according to what makes sense for you. All right? You could say integrated monitoring and controlling efforts at the project level, by analyzing relevant data to create work performance reports and discuss these reports with senior executives and the PMO, steering committee, and other stakeholders. Boom, you can see I've already hit 205. I could say closing, involved in closing out the project and phases in the project. Created a final report and transitioned the developed system to operations. And you could say the outcome, if you care to. Outcome: project completed successfully on schedule and budget. Customer satisfaction was achieved. You could do that. There's nothing wrong in you explaining the outcome. Now, you probably noticed I did not read the PMI's instructions because I already know how to do this. But if you read the instructions, it says provide a high-level description. High level means high level. That summarizes your experience. There's no need for you to go dig out time cards, do all that crazy stuff. No, they're not asking you to do that. High level, right? And they said, and includes the project objective, the outcome. That's why I put the outcome, your role on the project, and your responsibility. So in the beginning, you want to make sure that you capture project manager on this initiative, and you can say led and directed efforts across a team of 19 to successfully implement an ERP system. High level, okay? That's it. But you want to use the initiating, planning, executing, monitoring, and controlling and closing approach. And that's pretty much it, my friends. It's that simple. It's that simple, okay? And the next step is for you to save your experience, just like that. After you have saved your experience, the next logical thing for you to do is to continue to the details. So let's continue. All right. Now it looks like everything's good. Where do you want to take the exam? Make sure you complete all of that information. I could say United. Let's see if we can find it. United Kingdom. I could choose that. all of this information needs to be filled in. But I'm not going to waste your time showing you that, because you know how to put in your address, you know how to put in the information that you want, you agree to the terms, you say all information provided is accurate, you make sure all the boxes are complete, and after you're done, you hit submit application. It's that simple. But you gotta you gotta make sure that the information that you're putting in is truly what it is, like real information. Please put in real information, because the PMI could audit you. The PMI audits anywhere from 10 to 20% of these applications, according to what I heard last. Okay? For those of you who are looking at being in a program that guides you as far as the PMP exam from end to end, you need to be on this course that I have going on Udemy. This course is broken out into the people domain, the process domain, the business domain. And guess what? Of course, I help you with your application if you're stuck. All you need to do is ask. We also have the knowledge areas and the process groups. So it's like having the content outline, the PMBOK Guide 6th edition, the Agile Practice Guide. It's also like having the PMBOK Guide 7th edition as part of the training. And you can take a look at the substantial amount of hours. So for Agile Practice Guide, that's almost 4 hours. PMBOK Guide 7th, that's 7 hours, 23 minutes. For PMBOK 6, that's 8 hours. For the people domain, 4 hours. Process domain, 10 hours. Business domain, 45 minutes. And then you can see that we have final quizzes. We have a test of 180 questions. And then we have a process domain assessment test. We have quite a lot of stuff. And if you look in the resources, we have an ebook. We have the outlines that you need. We have here packed full of great information. The title of the course is Elite PMP Exam Prep Camp. You want to be in the elite program, because there are other programs that exist that will probably serve you as well as Ambien. You probably wake up the following morning not remembering anything you studied. But if you really want to go hard in this stuff, you want it to be engaging, you want it to be informative, you need to be on this. The 7th edition study has a treat for you, because here you have not just one PMP coach. You actually have my buddy Roy and I. My buddy Roy and I, we tag team in this to provide you the best of the best. So as you go through, there are going to be times when you see just my buddy Roy and I, we two acting as co-trainers, taking you through this journey. And you can see it's very, very detailed. We go through everything from a predictive perspective and from an agile perspective. So Roy brings the agile perspective, I bring the predictive perspective. This is crazy value for the money, my friend. Even if you just came for the 7th edition, wow, you'll gain a ton of stuff. And the other cool thing is, this is yours to log into forever. You see that? So if I were you, whether you are looking to do your PDUs or you're looking to get your contact hours for the actual exam, you need to be in this program, my friend. The way I have broken down the domains, I am going task by task. For example, this is just the conflict task. Then we have an assignment for the conflict area. Then we have the leader team task broken down. Then we have an assignment for the people task 2. On and on like that, building up your knowledge and your prowess. And honestly, by the time you're done, by the time you hit that 180 question final test, my goodness, you would have gotten everything you need. Okay, so take my advice. Hit that course. I'm going to put a link below, and you'll be able to watch this video and a bunch of other videos when you get into the course. And if you need help, all you need to do is shout for help. All right, my friends, you take care. Nice chatting to you. I wish you all the best. Let's kill this thing in 2023. Talk to you soon.